The Loneliest Boy in the World is an artistic film that creatively mixes together a dash of horror with a pinch of troubled youth and a handful of morgue sugar. It's perfectly blended together to give you a strange and wild experience. Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and television shows and try to release a new review every day from Monday to Friday. Today, I'm going over The Loneliest Boy in the World. It's directed by Martin Owen and written by Piers Ashworth. It stars Hero Fine-Stiffen, Ashley Benson, and Ben Miller. The Loneliest Boy in the World is a dark comedy centered around a coming-of-age story. It has disgusting and horrifying visual effects, an endless variety of humor, and heartwarming moments that will have you smiling ear to ear. The plot follows Oliver after the death of his mother. He's living alone, an orphan, and a social outcast. After he misunderstands some poorly timed device, he decides to create a new family for himself by digging up corpses from the nearby graveyard. Magically, the corpses spring to life and start acting like the family Oliver never had. It's a wacky ride, and at times things get disgusting, but despite that, this story is about Oliver finally getting the guidance and emotional comfort that he needed in order to become an adult. The film nails those heartfelt and tearjerker moments and manages to feel wholesome despite the pitch-black subject matter. It's filled with graveyard humor and neat little visual gags that will get at least one chuckle out of you. It gives you a sense of relief from the tragedy that is Oliver's life, and makes the rotting corpses a little easier to stomach. They make a joke out of everything, and the only serious moments are emotional ones. There's no sense of danger in the film, and no one gets hurt intentionally. There are some truly disgusting visuals. The zombie family are somewhat gruesome when their corpses are first dug up, done up with makeup to make it look like they were injured. Frank has a cut along his throat, Suzanne has cuts all over her face, and Mel has a bloodshot eye. They only get worse as the film progresses, with their corpses literally starting to decay and fall apart. Pieces of skin being left around the house, their bodies bloating and distending, and limbs randomly being torn off. It can be hard to stomach the zombies at times, and there are a few moments where the film goes too far for a gross out effect. Like when Frank starts vomiting during dinner. I had to pause the movie and leave the room for 5 minutes to let my gag reflex recover. The music is fantastic, and highlights and accompanies the story perfectly. It's always present in every scene, punctuating jokes or building the atmosphere. Each song feels well chosen with a huge variety of genres. There are even original songs in here. It goes beyond the boilerplate soundtracks of Hollywood and really stands out. It's a highlight of the film. The sound team should feel really proud of their work. The acting in this film is a strong point, and they really nail the emotions of the scenario. Max Harwood, who plays Oliver, takes on most of the emotion and screen time, and really captures the sadness and grief that a person goes through after a loss. He's lonely and weird, but hopeful. Watching him interact with others through this quirky persona is really intriguing. The rest of the cast does a solid job with several standouts like Julius, played by Evan Ross, who slowly became obsessed, or Frank, played by Ben Miller, who slots perfectly into the mentor role, while still being hilarious. I was pleasantly surprised to see the zombies still emoting well, even through all that heavy makeup. Now, I really only have two complaints about this movie. One major and one minor. The minor one first because it's not a big deal to the film. The actress who plays Oliver's mom is only 10 years older than Oliver's actor. I don't know why films do this, and it's a little disappointing to see. There are plenty of older actors out there, and it's jarring watching a 30-year-old talk to their 20-year-old son. Now on to the major complaint. The ending makes sense, but unfolds in a way which seems to question Oliver's sanity. However, throughout the rest of the film, there is no question that Oliver is weird, but he is not imagining the zombies. They're really there, and he's really talking to them. My proof of this is that the zombies interacted with other people too. Chloe and her family meet them, the bullies are scared by them, and the caseworkers both met Mitch. The zombies are real, even if they aren't explained. So why does the movie try to pose them like they'd never moved at all? It's confusing and I didn't quite understand it. Either way, I enjoyed the film quite a bit and definitely recommend it to anyone who's looking for an Edward Scissorhands type of Halloween movie. It's fun and hilarious and gets at a lot of worthwhile emotions. 8 out of 10.